Lost fire will rise behind those eyes. That house will rock. Lion boys down. Immortal fear. That voice so clear.
Good evening, creatures of the night. Nosphyrus here once again, back from my slumber to drink the blood dry from another vlog. We now have less than a month to wait until Ghostbusters the video game finally comes out. As you can guess, I am extremely excited.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
I thought it would be fun to have some new Ghostbusters related shows. For my new series of Ghostbusters episodes, I thought I would discuss something a bit more recent. Now, you have seen me review many things in my time here on YouTube. What you have not seen very often is me have much of anything negative to say. Obviously. That is because I tend to do my episodes on things I like. I wish I could say the same here. I really wish I could. To some degree, just by being Ghostbusters, I still love it. But, sadly, I must say that I was somewhat disappointed with Ghostbusters The Other Side. Ghostbusters The Other Side was a new series of comics released by IDW. It was a 4-issue miniseries that finally brought the boys in gray back to comics. Obviously, we ghost heads were all excited.
I'm so excited, and I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
As the title would have you guess, the storyline involves the Ghostbusters having to do battle from the other side. In other words, as we learned early on, the Ghostbusters die early in the comics. Many of us Ghostbusters fans were a bit worried when we heard that premise. After all, that could get to be really cheesy. Obviously we knew that the Ghostbusters were never going to be kept dead. But that led to skepticism on our part. After all, how can you have them die and come back in the end without it seeming really lame? We hope Ghostbusters The Other Side would disprove our concerns. Unfortunately, the first issue did not wait long to prove we were right. Things started off okay. Not too long in and we are already seeing the Ghostbusters as we love them. Busting ghosts. Unfortunately, it was not long before it all went downhill. First, a ghost possesses Peter. This ejects Pete's own soul from his body. Okay. That is at least a good sign. That would be one way they could plausibly have the Ghostbusters wind up on the other side and yet still come back in one piece. So, okay. Maybe things will be better. Unfortunately, they only get worse. First off, this is about the last time in this series we get to see the Ghostbusters busting ghosts. But, even worse, the first issue ends with the other 3 Ghostbusters getting gunned down by mock ghosts. Not with ghost guns, but real guns. Okay. So Egan, Ray, and Winston have been gunned down and dumped in a lake. How in heck are they supposed to come back from that without it being very corny? Sadly, the whole series goes downhill from there. The rest of the series involves the Ghostbusters trying to figure out how to get out of purgatory and back to their bodies. They do not even have their proton packs or bust any ghosts. They just basically talk and try to find a way out of their predicament. Heck, they even get into fist fights with other condemned souls. It really is sad to say, but this series just failed in every way that the Legion comic books were so great. The biggest complaint I have is that the other side just was not funny. Ghostbusters is supposed to be equal parts scary and funny. This comic series just could not seem to get either right. Not to mention that the characters were just off. I mean, Venkman pulled a demon spine out through its mouth. Sure. It was cool. But does that really seem like something Venkman would do? For that matter, does that seem like the Ghostbusters? It was a shame, because I really wanted to love the series. Do not get me wrong. It was fun. I still liked it, I guess, but it was just kind of a disappointment. I will still get every single issue if they decide to continue the series. I just hope they get better. The truly sad thing is that this may not have been received so poorly by fans if it came later. The series that reintroduced the Ghostbusters into comic books should have it the Ghostbusters the way we love them. busting ghosts with their proton packs and traps. Save the strange and convoluted plots for a later series and we may have loved it. Please do not get me wrong, though. There are plenty of good things to be said about Ghostbusters The Other Side. I still greatly enjoyed it. I still consider it a must-own for all Ghostbusters fans. I still want to thank IDW profusely for bringing the boys in gray back to comics, and I still hope they make more. Just next time, give us more of the Busters being the Busters. Well, back in my more human form again to ask my creatures of the night to tune in next time. Beware. Take care. Because the freaks come out at night.